Good afternoon, you handsome lot, and it is Monday yet again. Behind me we've got a 2012-13 Citroen DS3 which is coming for a little bit of diagnostics, and we've also got a brand new air conditioning condenser which we're going to get fitted after we've done the diagnostics. Let's start off with the diagnostics. Let's grab our VCI and let's get it plugged into the vehicle. Let's turn the radio off. First thing I do on every vehicle, turn the radio off and the heater blower motor down. Wait for that to connect to the vehicle now, and we're going to jump on to intelligent diagnostics. Right, well I've gone ahead now and done a full system scan. We've got an ECM, BSI, radio and a service fault. Let's have a look at the engine control module, energy accumulator. I don't really know what that one is. We're going to have to do a little bit of research on that one. BSI, fog lamp, service, GSM module internal fault, radio, microphone. I'm not really interested in a lot of these, but we're going to create a report and get this saved. Now what I'm going to do regarding these faults is clear them all down and see which one that comes back, if they come back. Are they clearing? It's gone into energy. Oh, it's gone into energy mode. Hang on. I think regarding this energy accumulator, I think the first thing that we're going to be doing is check the battery for the state of health and see what the battery's like. With any electrical faults, especially when these cars are getting a little bit older, checking the battery could always sort a lot of your problems. And to do this, we're going to be using the ring, which is an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. Let's get it set up. Now when you're checking these batteries with all these modern tools, it does tell you how to do it. There's all information that you need to take off the battery and put into the tester. So what we're going to do, click OK, click test. We're going into car, battery, make sure it's the right battery. This is an AGM stop start. We're going to be testing the EN. We'll go straight up to 780, which you can use these buttons to go up and down. 780, 760, and this is fairly quick to be honest. Click OK, let us do its magic. Oh, above. There we go. Replace battery, 49% state of health. Let's print it off. So we've got a nice little report. It also gives you a little QR code. Beautiful. Right, now after I've tested the vehicle battery and it is in a poor state of health, let's concentrate on this P1A9C fault. Now if we go back, if we go into read data stream, and you want to go down to stop start information 2, select them all, and this is going to give you all the information. See, cause of engine not stopping, and it gives you all the information. Convergence of the state of health of the power accumulator. State of health is no good. If we keep going down, state of health of the power accumulator, which is 0. If we keep scrolling down, gives you all the information you need. Voltage at the terminals of the power accumulator, which is 1.65 volts. So that power, whatever you want to bloody call it, what's it called? Let's have a look. Energy accumulator is actually faulty. Right, well these energy accumulators now, they are stored just up in the passenger front in a wheel arch, which I'll flip it around and show you now. And it is this long, like fuel filter like looking thing. You see it? And it also has its own, let's just call it ECU to control it, sort of thing. There's not much you can do with that now other than take it off and replace it with a brand new one, or a good second-hand one. Right, well I've spoken to the customer regarding this fault. Before we do anything else to the vehicle, explain the situation of that accumulator, energy yeah, I'll remember what it's called. An energy accumulator needs to be replaced. Now they are expensive, about £300 plus. Now what we're going to do is carry on with the rest of the work. We're going to change the air conditioning, because air conditioning condenser, because majority of the front end's got to come off on the vehicle, and then we can carry on with the basic service stuff. Now to remove the front end on this vehicle, well, the front bumper, there is a couple of clips that we need to remove on the bottom. Then we can drop the vehicle down and get the front bumper off. Now as you can see, I've already taken the front end off. The bumper is there, nice and safe, and the front crash bar, which is just by there. Now once all that's removed, this condenser is so easy to remove. There's two little plastic clips just behind the radiator down here that you've got to squeeze in. But what I did use was a long pick just down the back end and just pick them out. We can get this condenser removed now. 210s, remove the pipes, and that should just come out fairly simple. Now you're probably familiar with these little pipes by here seizing into the condenser themselves, and I'm going to show you a little trick which I've learned over the years, which is probably going to help you as well. Now what we're going to do with this, I have zoomed in a little bit. Get your air chisel, grab hold of the pipe, like so, and give your air condenser a good, and that pipe, let me zoom out, that pipe will come out. Now with all them pipes removed, look at the state of this now. It is absolutely crumbling to a million pieces. Look at the state of that condenser. More to the point, look at the state of the floor. Look at this, messy. Not to worry. With everything out of the way, now is a good time to get your little airline and give that radiator, well, that radiator core, a good clean, so we're getting optimal cooling around the radiator. Right, shall we go ahead now and get this brand new condenser put in? Make sure when you're taking out the box that none of these plastic clips are broke, and it's always got these caps on the end. And if these caps aren't on the end, and when you undo them they don't go psh, send it back, because that's got a leak. Let's get it on. Right, now I don't know whether you lot are going to hear this now. When I undo this little blanking plate, you should hear it going psh. If it does that, it's good. If it doesn't, send it back and get a new one. Before you couple the pipes back up to the condenser, what you need to do is get a little bit of pag oil. I haven't got a bottle, so I've had to take it off the machine. And give them rubber O-rings, a little bit of a coating of some pag oil. With everything now connected back to the vehicle, what we've done is jump round to the aircon machine. We're going to be putting it on a 25-minute vacuum. Make sure that we get all that horrible moisture, and we're going to boil it with a vacuum. Now, I've already backed the oil filter off. We're going to take it up in the air now, and we're going to drain the oil out of it while that is doing its thing. With this vehicle now in the air, we've got my lovely little receptacle catching the oil, and we're going to cast our eyes over all suspension components underneath, all the discs and pads. It has long had new discs and pads, working our way around the vehicle, making sure that everything is intact and there's nothing falling off. Come around to the rear brakes. I'm sure we haven't long put discs and pads all around on this vehicle. Checking the suspension, I can see up there is a little rubber mount missing, which we're going to have to try and get organised for another day. It's not going to fall off. Yeah, and we're going to make sure that everything is perfect underneath the vehicle, including the exhaust. Now normally on these Citroens, these little clamps do snap off, but this one, well, has been welded at some point. Well, I've gone ahead now and put a fresh oil filter, fresh oil, brand new sun plug. I'm going to get the vehicle started. I'm going to make sure this air conditioning is working perfect. The push fan, the cooling fan for the AC condenser is working correctly, and also we're going to be getting the thermal imaging on it as well, making sure that it's working perfect. Now it never rains, but it pours, doesn't it? Especially on these older cars when the air conditioning hasn't been run for a long time. I've put the gas in it, the compressor has flopped. The clutch is no longer clutching and building up pressure. So what we're going to have to do, I think, is try and find a second-hand one. And I'm hoping that they've got one in the local breakers, because I want this car off the ramp tonight, and it is now 10 to 3. Right, well we have got a little bit of news, good news. The local car dismantler has got a brand new second hand pump for me, so we're just going to take this one with us. First of all, we need to get all that new gas out. We need to check that pump against the one in the scrapyard. Also, we're going to take my power probe as well and just check that the clutch is working, because I don't want to bring it back, put it on. Well, you get what I'm saying. Right, well I have been down the local scrapyard and it is now 4 o'clock and we've got a brand new second hand one. It does look a little bit rusty, but this is going to clean up once the belt's gone on. Right, let's get on. Well, there we have it. That brand new second hand AC pump is now on. What time are we on? 10 past 4. We've got 20 minutes now to do a vacuum and refill. Yeah, and we'll see how we're getting on. Well, as you can hear, we've now got that vehicle back up and running. We've got the gas coupled up, and according to the gauge it is running about 3 or 4 degrees. We get my thermal out now. We can see the radiator's nice and hot and doing its thing. We come round into the vehicle. If you see the vents, see how they're black? Well, that is cold. See how everything else is nice and red and hot? Well, the vents themselves are freezing. We have now got air conditioning. And there we have it. I know it's been a little bit dramatic, this video, but we have now got air conditioning on this little Citroen DS3. I've done all the service bits, all the filters have been changed. I've got all the front end to put back together, which I'm going to be doing first thing in the morning when I get in. It's now 20 to 5. There's not much more I can do to the vehicle tonight. So yeah, it's been a little bit dramatic, but the stuff that we've had to do, or you need to do sometimes to get these cars, well, these jobs on these cars finished, and that includes second-hand parts if you have to. But we fixed it. We fixed it, and I think it's a job well done, especially for a Monday. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to put all this back together in the morning, and of course we can get it sent.